Nothing lasts forever. That is a quote that suits Max Verstappen's situation very well. Where he broke every possible record in 2023, the decline of the team he's part of has set in. The Verstappens are known for their loyalty. But how much loyalty do you need to show in a short Formula 1 career, especially if you always want to win? What options does he have, and what if he waits too long? I'm Wimbo. Here's 3 seconds to leave a like. I'm well aware of what Red Bull has done for Max Verstappen's career. He was in talks with Toto Wolff and Helmut Marko when he was only 16 years old and racing in F3. He decided on Toro Rosso because they were gutsy enough to put him in a seat straight away, making him the youngest F1 driver ever. He has repaid that trust by scoring loads of points and in general showing amazing skills. His haters will say that he was a dangerous driver and it was irresponsible, but there hasn't been a rookie like him since. They still can't stop talking about him. His move to Red Bull was amazing too. Even if he had to wait for many years to have a go at a title, he stayed loyal to his team and kept faith in what they had planned. The biggest reward came in 2023 when he had the fastest package most of the time and completely destroyed the competition. Thanks to his relentless drive to dominate and a strategy and pit crew that never seemed to miss a beat, he dominated that season like no other driver has ever dominated. Unfortunately, nothing stays the same, and the problems from within are hampering the performances. So it begs the question, has Max done enough to have repaid the trust they have put in him in the past? I made a few videos about the Red Bull situation and how Max needs to change his mindset to get the most out of this season. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it up as an end screen at the end of this video. In any case, the situation at Red Bull doesn't look like it's gonna improve. The power struggle still lingers in the background and the people who have left won't be back. Their replacements have yet to prove themselves in their new positions. One of the things Verstappen has always said is that he wants to keep the key members at Red Bull together. If that happens, he says he has no reason to leave. But key members have left, and it might not be over either. I can see it happening that Gianpiero Lambiase, Verstappen's engineer, will get a promotion and will have someone else on the radio to Max. This won't improve Max's mood. He loves GP, even if they argue like a married couple. It looks like the situation will get worse before it gets better, and frankly, I don't think Verstappen wants to wait and build up again. He did that for half a decade before the success finally came. There are forces at work at Red Bull that don't seem to mind a slump in performance. They welcome it, so the steps to another phase are made easier. And this definitely doesn't suit Max Verstappen, who wants to dominate like he did in 2023. So in the situation I just described, it would be better for Verstappen if he looks elsewhere. To a team who have been building for a while now. A team where they would welcome him with open arms. I think he has a few really good options. The team pulling the hardest to get a signature from Max Verstappen is, of course, Mercedes Petronas AMG F1. Toto Wolff hasn't skipped any opportunity to describe how much he wants Verstappen to replace Hamilton. It's almost comical, and something I didn't think was possible after the 2021 season. After the Silverstone incident, Max and Jos Verstappen plainly said that they used to like Toto, but he doesn't need to ring them anymore. But, like anything in life, time heals all wounds, and the tempers have gone down. I used to dislike that corporate Mercedes team, and was always annoyed with their political statements and their ways of manipulating the system. I had unlimited faith in Christian Horner and Red Bull. I defended them on social media through thick and thin, but it slowly began to change. People discredited Verstappen's first title due to the Abu Dhabi race in 2021. On top of that, there was the budget cap breach, which didn't help him at all, but people called him a plastic champion anyway. It was this sloppiness that made me start doubting Red Bull. And then good people started leaving and the power struggle became apparent. And things got even more messy during the Horner scandal. I'm getting to a point now where I'm almost agreeing with Zak Brown when it comes to Red Bull. Well, almost. He still needs to STFU. Anyway, back to Mercedes. I started liking them again, especially now that the most annoying part of Mercedes is moving to Ferrari. No, I'm not talking about Lewis Hamilton, I'm talking about his cult, Team LH. I've always thought Mercedes cars were classy, and in my town, full of business owners, A Mercedes is a status symbol. Drinking a can of Red Bull means nothing. So yeah, I'd like to see him in a silver car with a star up front. In a Mercedes racing suit. It's a strong team with a lot of history in F1 and the last team to have dominated before Red Bull. They lasted way longer than Red Bull. That's something too. The other option is Aston Martin. If it's true that Adrian Newey is going there, earning $100 million in 3 seasons, then that would be a great team for Verstappen to be. The British green would look great on Max too, I think. I can hear the Max Verstappen haters go,
"Wah, Max is a Newey merchant, he can't win without him."
Well, the way I see it is 1 + 1 is 3. So John Lennon and Paul McCartney is the Beatles. Newey can develop a car that can only be handled by some, and Verstappen can point out exactly how to make it even faster. Both their energies can create something more than what a driver and a developer can do, normally speaking. I'd love to see both of them starting on a clean canvas. He would fit right into their ambitions, and it might just be that last little push for the team to win titles. The rest of the grid is full up, or a major downgrade. So these two teams are the options Max Verstappen has. Let me know if you think of another team. I can hear you think, what's the rush? Red Bull isn't that bad. And I agree. Verstappen will get his 4th title this season, even if the Constructors' title is still undecided. However, 2025 could be prey for any team in the current top 4. At the moment McLaren looks the strongest, but Mercedes won 3 races already as well. Ferrari is fixing their issues and might be a contender too. The question is whether Red Bull will still perform as well as they used to do now that Jonathan Wheatley is leaving. Will the struggle at the top affect the mood in the team, and will that be seen on track? I know for sure that to win the most difficult races, certain races that Verstappen won in 2023 in different weather conditions for instance, won't be won if there is trouble internally at Red Bull. That little bit of extra they used to have will be gone. And of all the seasons to have this going on, the last season of a set of regulations is the worst timing of all. This is why I urge Max to leave now. A new positive environment is just what he and his management need. And there's another reason why he needs to act now. Mercedes is about to hire Kimi Antonelli, if rumours are to be believed. If that seat is taken, things will get messy again if he wants to join Mercedes. I'd hate to see someone be demoted again, like what happened to Daniil Kvyat. The seats at Aston Martin are perhaps a little easier to pass on to Max. Either an old veteran retires, or the son of the boss will race somewhere where he belongs, not in F1. Timing means everything in Formula 1, not just on track. I'd hate to see Max stuck in a troubled team just because he didn't grab the opportunity presented to him. Here's an opportunity for you to subscribe. Take care now. Doei doei.